All right, you're welcome to Power Apps ABC with Kenneth Chuku. And in this session, I'll be walking us through the top 10 highly used Power Apps formula for beginners. All right, so without wasting much time, we'll be starting from the number 10. So I'll be showing us, let me just read them out. I jotted them in my notepad. So let me just show us. All right, let me start from number 1. Top 10 Power Apps formula every beginner should know. Number 1 is if. Number 1 is if runs a logic based on condition. If this is this. Number 2, if is blank. We'll be looking at it with this leave request application. So I just want to call them. Number 3 is the filter function. It returns multiple data from probably your data source. Then sort. You can sort your filtered records. Then lookup finds the single matching records. Unlike filter that returns multiple records, the lookup function returns a single matching record. Then the navigate helps to move from one screen to the other. Then the set function is a global function. You can set your user role, set it to admin. Then the update context is a local variable. You can also use it for your pop-up, also to control the visibility of controls in your application. Then number 9 is a patch function. You can use patch function to update and also to create new record. We'll be seeing that in this session, how you can use it to update and also to create new record. All right, so also the user function, which is highly used. You're using it to get the current user information. So we'll be starting with the number 10, the 10th one, which is the user function. So I'll be showing you how you can use the user function. All right, we used it in this leave request application. So I added another screen 1. So I'll be adding a text label. I'll add the text label so we can see how it works. So the text label here, so I want to resize it, drag it. Then the font size also, I want to increase it. Let's see 30. Okay, now we want to see how you can make use of, for a beginner, how you can use the user function. The user function returns the login user details. So you just go to the text property. Instead of having a text, you just say user function. Once you type in user, you can see it like this. Then once you put dots, it returns the login user full name, email, and image. So for instance, you want to recheck the login user email. For instance, you can see the login user is Godwin. It has returned my email. Also, if you want to return the login user full name, you just full name. You can see with the user function you can get that. So if the login user image also, if you're using an image control, this is returning text because it's not an image control. So if you're using an image control, for instance, let's use it. Let's come here, insert image. So I will check for image control. Then once I add it, I'll drag it down. Then the image, I'll just come here and say login user, the user function dot image. You can see, look at the image. Once the user uploaded an image, you can see the logged in user. Let me play it. You can see the login user image. So that's what you can use your login user. So let me show you how I was able to use it in this my leave. Okay, I didn't make use of image, but you can see this is welcome Godwin Honor. The logged in username is Godwin Honor. So you can see I used it here, welcome, and this is how I was able to use it. Welcome, then these concatenate joining string with the function user function dot full name. I was able to get the logged in user full name. All right, so the next one is patch. The number 9 formula every Power App beginner or developer should know is the patch function. So we'll see how you can use patch function. So let me go to my new form. Currently, I'm using on the submit button. You can see we are using submit form to submit this record. But if you want to use patch function, you can. Let's just try it with just let's try adding employee email, employee name, and start date. So to use a patch function, you can either use patch function to update or create a new record. If you're creating a new record, you have to use default. So for instance, you type in patch. Let me put this here. So patch function. So once you patch, so now it will ask you for the name of your data source. So let's, for this one is leave request tests, then you put a comma, then since you're creating a new record, it will be default. When you put default, then the name of your data source is also leave request test. You close it, then the record you're trying to, then you close it. So with this now, you can now enter the record. So you now enter on your list. On your back end, you can now start entering employee, maybe employee name now. You see employee name. You now come to this your form and check the name of the employee name. So take for instance, let's say you want to submit this reason. For instance, I'll copy this and I'll come to my formula. Then data card dot. I'm using value because this is a modern form. If it's a classic form, it will be dot text. So you see, so you can add, if you want to add more columns, you select the name of the column created by. If you want to use the user function we used, you can say a user function to return the full name. Think string. Let me think. I don't know. So created by, I was trying to use user function, but so you can see if you want to add more column. So for instance, if you want to update, you now add lookup to that particular item. So when you're creating a new item, you can use patch function for it. So this is how you can use function default, then the name of the list, and then the column reason and all that. So the next one we'll be looking at is let's go back. So the update context. So this one, let's just copy it out. This is a local variable. So let me clear this. So for instance, if I have a pop-up and probably I want to make it to be visible, so on select of this button, set the visibility to true, I can make use of update context. Or you want to set the visibility of a control. Let's take for instance, come to this screen. I would okay, this is returning the image in text. So for instance, if I want to set the visibility of this to true on click of a button, I can come here and add a button. Button. So depending on your use case, you can add a button, drag it down. Then on select, there's a property called on select. You now paste your formula. So show, let's change it to show button. So on select of this, we want to set show button to true. So I'll copy this. No, we are showing text. Sorry, text. Let me change it to text. So I'll just copy this. Now we say on select of this button, we want this to be visible. Or if you want to hide it, it depends. So you now come to this text label and go to the visibility of it. Either you go through to your right control pane, you click on this visibility. Currently it is true. You highlight it and paste this. So the visibility now, you now take this out. To cancel this. So the visibility of this will be this. So when you click on this button, it will set it to true. That's when. So if I play this, you can see if I click on this button, you see it is now visible. So you can also add another button. On click of that button, set it to false. So that's one of the way you can actually use the update context. You can also use it in terms of your pop-up, and probably depending on your use case. So the same thing with your set. Another one is the set function. You can also use it the same way I just did with the update context. The set is a global variable. So the next one, the number 6, is the navigate function. The navigate function helps you to move from one screen to the other. So for a beginner, if you're doubting how you can use the navigate function, let's see how you can make use of your navigate function. So let me go to my leave landing page. So on my landing page, you can see I have 2 buttons here. And on select of the button, I use the navigate function. You can see it. You navigate, then the screen you want to navigate to. The name of the screen is employee dashboard, and I added a transition, screen transition.cover. If you don't want to add a transition, fine. So once you say navigate, you add the screen you want to navigate to. So if you play this, and for instance, I click on this, with the help of the navigate function, you can see it takes me to this user dashboard. So that is how navigation. So for this logout, you can see it also, I made use of it. So once you click on the logout, navigate me to my landing screen. So if I click on logout, it takes me back to this place. So you can see how seamless it is. So the next one we'll be looking at, let me go back to my notepad, is number 5, lookup function. Lookup function returns a single record. Take for instance, let's go back to our application. I remove it from preview mode. I want to look up to my leave request leave. Let's go to the dashboard. So for instance, I'm using filter. If I want to look up to this list, instead of using instead of using filter, I want to look up to this list and return the employee that has an ID 1. It will return just a record. If I want to look up to this and look up to the list where the created by is equal to the logged in user, it will return the whole. So let's go. For instance, let's click on this. I'm currently using filter. So let me comment this out and then change it to lookup. So lookup, let's work with the same condition. This is the name of our list. Ctrl C, I'll paste it. So you add the name of your list, then you put comma, then the condition. We want to look up where the created by is equal to the login user. Let's see how many records will be returned. So if we close this, so what lookup does is it checks for the condition, and the first one that meets that condition, it will return it. You can see it's returning just, if I play this, you can see with lookup, it is returning a record. Lookup will look into your list or your database and check for the item that meets the first item that meets the condition. It will return that item. So that's how lookup. If you want to return a single item, you make use of lookup. So for instance, maybe you're doing a configuration, you want to return an admin. You can say lookup into the list where the role is equal to admin, then return the user. So you can make use of lookup. But if you want to return more than one record, then you can make use of filter. So the next function, which is number words, let me confirm. Filter is number 5. 4 is sort. Then number 3 is filter. All right. Filter is highly used function for Power Apps developers. So we've seen lookup. Lookup returns a single record that meets the condition. We are saying lookup this where created by equals to the login user. So let me comment this out. So I want to use filter. The same formula, the same condition. Let me just copy this out. Ctrl C. I'll now paste it here. We are saying filter leave text where created by equals to the login user. The logged in user is the person that created the request. So that condition, you can see the logged in user created 4 requests and 4 of them are visible. So filter return more than one item, while lookup return the first item that meets that condition. So sort can help you to sort the value that will return in an ascending order or descending order or by created date. So sort now, let's see how sort works. So in your record or in your filter, in your gallery, you can, this is filter has filtered this record. Now if you want to now sort this by the ID, you can see how it was implemented. Let me comment this out. Then the first one now. So after I filtered, I now added sort. So I said sort this record by the ID, sort order or the ascending order. So it will start from 1. So if I change it to descending order, let's see what this returns. You can see sort order is 1, 2, 3, 4. If you change it to descending now, it will now start from 4, 3, 2, 1. So if we go back and change the sort order to descending order, dot descending, for instance, you will see it will now return. If we play this, you can see the sort order 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you're sorting this by ID in descending order, it will return it by the last 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. But if you're doing it in ascending order, it will go through 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can also sort it by the date it was created, and in ascending order, let's go back. Let's say we want to, based on the created date, the date the item was created. You can see, if you play this, you can see it's now returning. This one was created last. In descending order, this one was created last. You can see how it is. So the next formula we'll be looking at, the number 2, is blank and if is number 1. For instance, let's say it's blank. For instance, you can use it in your form validation. Let's go to create new form, and you can also use it for your display mode to control the display mode of your submit button. Like you can see currently my submit button is disabled because I was checking for some condition. So it's blank. You can use it to check if a control is empty. For instance, let's go to this button and you can go to the display mode of this button. Once you go to the display mode of my buttons, for instance, you can see I used if and is blank. Now I said if is blank, this data card value 2 dot selected is blank. Let's go and check where is the data card value 2. This is the leaf type. If the leaf type is blank or data card value 10, which is the manager column, is blank, it should be disabled. Else it should be edit. Now that is where you are combining your if and is blank. So is blank is checking if the leaf type is blank or if the manager is blank, it should be disabled. You use it for your form validation. So for instance, if I add select a leaf type of seek and add a manager, for instance, you will see my button becomes edit. So the condition now is false. But once there is blank, it becomes true. Once it is blank, the condition is true. So if I cancel this and it's blank, let's try, and it's not allowing me. So if nothing is selected, for instance, the is blank is true. So you can see how we've seen how we can use Power Apps, and with those formulas it will help you to build a robust application. So please, if you gain value from this, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, because I've noticed non-subscribers, I have high rate of non-subscribers viewing my content, and it's not really a good one. So please help the channel group by hitting the subscribe button, liking, and also sharing. So the top 10, we talked about the user function. The user function helps you to return the logged in user, the email, the full name, the image, and other login user details. The patch function help you can use it to create a new record and also to update record. The update context, you can use it to help you to show pop-up. You can use it to control the visibility of your control, same as your global variable, which is set. Then navigate also help you to move from screen to screen. Then we look at the lookup function that helps you to return a record. Then the sort help you to sort your record in ascending order or descending order, or when you created them. So the filter helps you to return multiple records. Then it's blank. You can also use it for your form validation and any other. Maybe you want to check if your gallery is blank, maybe control the visibility of your your gallery. Then we looked at also the if condition. If this is true, do this. If it is false, do this. So with this, I think we've come to the end of this session. So if you derive value from this, please once again hit the subscribe button, comment any other videos you want us to create, and also share. So thank you very, very much, everyone.